Hey, what's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal Steele, coming to you live on an exciting, thrilling Monday night. Monday. What is going on, guys? What is going on? We have a special show lined up for you tonight in celebration of the one and only Elon Musk, celebrating his 50th, the big 50 today. So we're going to talk a lot about that, a few other interesting things as well. And who do we got in here? We got Zombie Doge Army. We got Sliding Edge, of course. Hector the Dude. La Push. Slay Blaze. Me and You. Luis E. Josh Randell Disavows. Hump Deezy. And the list goes on. Guys, if you could just take a moment, if you haven't already, to smash that like button. It takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. It really helps us out here. And secondly, if you're new here, I would like to just welcome you and invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Hit all that notification bell. And lastly, memberships now available, 3 different tiers. Just to check that out, click the link pinned at the top of the chat. So yeah, good to see you guys. The Doge hanging nice, hanging tough. Just a bit over a quarter right now. We've been going through some nice green candles there, as we can see, some nice upward movement. Yeah, we'll see where the night takes us in that regard. And also, I have a man who's had a plan since 2014. A man that had the foresight hardly anyone else did in regards to Dogecoin. It is my co-host this evening, Dogecoin millionaire Nick Ballz. What's going on, Nick?
Hey, what's up, Steven? I'm digging the new music, not intro music, but pre-intro music.
Yeah.
So you switched it up a little bit. I kind of love it.
Oh, cool, good, yeah. It's gotta keep it switched out and keep things fresh,
Yeah, fresh.
Yeah, man. So, how was your day today?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
I got up early. I was like, you know what? I was gonna get off my AM cardio schedule. Like I was gonna go back down to a couple times a week. But I got up early. I was like, yeah, I'll go do some cardio this morning and then train in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And so I get on my way out the door, get in my car, and I'm driving down the road, and I pull up next to this Jaguar, and it's making this horrible sound, and I'm like, and keep in mind, I drove out to my girlfriend's house yesterday, so I had been in my car the day before.
Yeah.
But this Jaguar is just crunch, it's terrible. I was like, geez Louise, that sounds terrible.
Right.
Rich people problems, am I right? And so keep driving, nothing. I had my headphones in, but then I got to my gym, and I'm still hearing something. I'm like, and now I've gone way past the Jaguar. I'm like, what is that? It's me. It's my car. My brakes are totally shot. So I got to go get those done tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to watch those. If you let them go too long, then it becomes even more of an expensive affair. Because then you got to, yeah. As soon as
you know what's so weird? My girlfriend lives 40 miles away from me. I drove there yesterday, no problems at all, and then today just probably the humidity is what did it.
Right. Yeah, as soon as I start hearing just a little bit of that grinding, I go get my brakes checked and switched out right away, or else it'll end up costing you a lot more than new brake pads.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Slayblaze says Elon must have a time machine. He does not look 50. Yeah, he looks really good for his age. He definitely looks younger than 50. And yeah, this is,
I think he looks good for his work ethic.
Oh my gosh.
Like he looks incredible for how much time he puts in. However, I will say this: we all saw him on SNL. I think Elon could spend a little time in the gym, and I am willing to be his personal trainer. I would say free of charge, but I'd like to be paid in Doge. But I would gladly do that job, and I guarantee you, I could get Elon jacked in a very short period of time.
Yeah, I think you'd be the most appropriate personal trainer for Elon, for sure. That would be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty awesome. You should just maybe offer your services for Doge.
I mean, he's got all the money. He's got literally pretty much infinite money. He could do something similar to what The Rock does and just have a traveling gym with him everywhere.
Right.
It would be the most advantageous thing for him just to take an hour and a half out of his day, and I could get him juice to the gills. We could get him on all sorts of supplements. He would be ripped in like 3 months.
Wow. You could get him ripped in 3 months?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's
with minimal effort. Like
wow.
He could if he gave me like an hour or an hour and a half a day, 6 days a week, I could completely transform him in 3 months with the proper chemistry. I would really need to see his blood work. I'd have to go through all that. So that's a contingent, but I'm sure he'd trust me.
This would be like a really good reality show.
Oh my God. Yeah. It would be a cool like YouTube series, Yeah.
Yeah, get Elon jacked in 90 days.
Oh yeah, I've done it myself.
Yeah.
I mean, my body comp is a little bit different, but I mean, I can pretty much replicate it on whoever I want, given the right. And that's the thing. He has the money. All it takes is money.
Yeah. How does a traveling gym work?
So The Rock has this thing where I think it's in 2 GSX shipping containers. I think it's 2, it might be 3, but he has these containers, and I'm pretty sure he's got multiples. So it's like he has 2 or 3 full gyms packed in these shipping containers, and they either truckload them or air freight them wherever he is. And they can have an entire gym, and in one of the containers is a big massive tent that covers the whole thing. They can set it up and have it ready for him like the day before he arrives. It's almost like setting up a stage for a touring band or something. And there's a whole team of people that are responsible for maintenance and upkeep on this gym.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah, that's how he stays like that year round while traveling.
Yeah, because to me it just seems like, how is that even possible to have a full traveling gym like that? But
when money isn't an object,
you can make it happen. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, totally. 90 days is I didn't know it was possible, Nick, till you get jacked in 90 days, being, unless you're like super obese, but if you're just just like a regular, you think you could get most just like regular dudes who have the drive and commitment anyway to do it, you get them jacked in 90 days?
Yeah, I mean, I could get him in really good shape. Shredded would be more of a time consuming thing because that really depends on cardio. I mean, there are certain substances we could use to like really cut down the amount of cardio he would have to do. But if he let me load him up to the gills with whatever I wanted, and we had 90 days, like, yeah, I could get him in, like, he would be in the best shape of his life in 90 days, and he would look completely different.
That's wild, man. Guys, welcome aboard. Please don't forget to smash that like button, and super chats are obviously appreciated for the time and efforts. And feel free to ask whatever questions you want to myself or Nick Ballz. And right now we are talking about the 90-day Nick Ballz overhaul program, in which Nick says he could get Elon absolutely shredded and jacked in 90 days. It's I honestly, Nick, I didn't know that was even possible.
Yeah, part of it would be, he would have to stick to a very strict diet. Luckily, like, that's the thing. Luckily for Elon, all it is, it's just money.
Right.
So he can have a personal chef cook everything. I would obviously have everything done to portion. I think for him, there might be a bit of a mental barrier there, because there's going to be some sort of sacrifice of mental clarity that comes with, basically getting rid of all. He's not like obese by any means, but he is carrying more fat than is ideal. So there would be like I think there'd be like a 6-week adjustment period, but as soon as we got through that, he'd be rock and rolling, ready to go. Again, I'd have to see. I know I can almost guarantee you I know what his. I can look at somebody and just like see their blood work, but I would want to do that first. Want to see what he's working with, because I can almost guarantee you it's not good.
Bank Stun asks, what would a Doge diet consist of?
I would think, meat, protein mostly, maybe some leafy greens, greens for sure, obviously, for the money. Green for the money, gold for the honeys,
So lots of protein and greens is what predominantly are the fixtures of a Doge diet, guys. Someone else says noodles. I don't know if noodles would be in the Doge diet, would they, Nick?
I don't know about that. No, I don't think so. But I have been craving, and I haven't had them yet. But I don't know why, and I have a ton here. Well, not my brother does. He's got a ton of like ramen noodles. You remember those from school?
Yeah.
I don't know why I've been wanting ramen noodles recently, but
it's that super salty. It's that super salty broth that I think is alluring about it.
Yes, and it's so funny. I used to eat ramen noodles every day. I'm a huge salty guy. Like my girlfriend, she's like big on sweet stuff, like candy and chocolate, and I don't like sweet stuff at all. I love salty stuff, so it's probably why I have to take blood pressure medication.
My blood pressure, for whatever reason, runs a bit low, so my doctor's like, have at it on the salt.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, so I have the opposite problem as most people in that regard. Sliding Edge for $2. Where do we follow to get Nick's Doge bod?
I've done diet plans for people. In fact, I think as soon as he gets he's been really busy, but as soon as he gets all of his stuff in order, I'm going to be doing the diet and training program for Papa Doggio, Nick.
Oh, wow.
So I'll be helping him out.
Wow. So you're going to give Nick the Maximus overhaul.
Yes. Yeah. And it's easier. Like, I can pretty much help out anyone as long as they're not vegan or vegetarian. If you are, I can't do anything for you.
Yeah, I tried the vegan thing when I was younger. I think I started around 15 or 16, and it took a while. But I started vegetarian, and then I evolved to vegan. And by the time my time in totality of being vegetarian and vegan was probably about 5 years. And around the age around the age of 21, my body and mind was telling me something was really wrong. And so then I started eating meat, and it took about a month, I would say. But after about a month of eating meat, I started to feel so much better. It was ridiculous. I mean, my mind specifically, I wasn't as moody. I could think more clearly. And then not to mention physically strong, but it took about a month of eating meat, and all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah.
I think people fail to realize, and this is what I try and like. There was that big documentary that came out on, I think it was Netflix, about how like all of these pro athletes are going vegan, and here's all the health benefits of being vegan. That is not true for a majority of people. Like anytime, and by the way, I'm not saying a total meat diet is for everybody either. Everybody's genetics are so wildly varied, but the genetic like components that allow you to be vegan and use plants and vegetables like to their maximum capacity, you have to have bacteria in your gut, and that has to be passed down from generations of people eating just plants and vegetables and fruits and vegetables, and that is a very, very select subset of genetics. Like it doesn't happen. Like it's very few people in the world who can adapt to that and do well. I worked out, I trained, I did a show with a vegan guy, and he was, I'm so like, veganism is great. Meanwhile, he stayed in my hotel room, and this guy was farting up a storm. It stunk up the entire hotel. I'm like, dude, this is not agreeing with you. Like, clearly.
Yeah, it's interesting. From what I've gathered from the vegan bodybuilders and stuff like that, they're on like a lot of, I mean, even not only the usual supplementation, but like half their diet is supplementation in addition to what they're eating, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, man, it's just, at what point, I mean, at what point can you honestly say that, you know, 50% of your bulk diet coming out of like supplement canisters is healthier than just eating meat and vegetables?
Yeah.
I don't know. Leo Jane, $2 super chat. Thank you, Leo. Appreciate it. Nothing like Argentinian barbecue. Have you ever had Argentinian barbecue?
I've gone to a few Brazilian steakhouses that, you know, like I forget what they call them. I've been to a few different Brazilian places that have offered like select Argentinian stuff. I can't remember. I had this one type of it was like braised beef from Argentina that was phenomenal. So good. Yeah, Argentinians, they do it right.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had specifically Argentinian barbecue or ribeye, but I love barbecue. I love, and I love, you ever have Mongolian barbecue?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny you mentioned that. I was just talking about I have a friend who's Mongolian today. We all call her Nami.
Yeah.
And she used to work at this restaurant right by me. Now she lives in the city, but her name is so funny. My mom was asking me about her today. Her name is hilarious. I just love saying it. It's so fun to say.
What's her name?
Her name is Nomen. Her full name, we all call her Nami. And I've known this girl since like high school. She was my ex-girlfriend's like best friend growing up. Her full name is Nomendari Anuthan Sukin. I don't know why it's just so fun to say that.
Nomendari Afukin Snukin?
Yeah, close. Nomendari Anuthan Sukin.
Nomendari Athukin Sukin?
Anuthan Sukin.
Anuthan Sukin. Nomendari Anuthan Sukin.
Yep, you got it.
Wow.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, say that 3 times faster. Reptile coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Reptile. I have a feeling a fact is coming up. Nick, what is the best workout I can do for arms at home with no equipment? And what about in the gym? Thanks. What do you say, Nick?
Best at home arm workout, 0 equipment. Well, it's hard. Arms are a volume muscle, so you actually don't need a lot of weight to get big arms. Arms come like big biceps, big triceps. Well, mostly biceps, but a little bit of triceps comes from high rep stuff. So you really don't need much weight. Most of the guys who have giant arms, they're not like curling hundreds and hundreds of pounds. You do need some sort of resistance though to train your arms. So it's hard to say like with no equipment. Biceps, triceps, you can actually do dips. Like you can set up a chair in your living room or something and kick your feet out in front of you and do tricep dips. That requires a chair, which I mean everybody has. And then for biceps, pretty much, dual arm curling or just single arm curling, like anything with a bit of weight to it. I mean, even like a gallon of milk. That's what they do in prison. They just take like water and put it in a bag and curl it, and it works. So you can do that. That works.
Yeah, I've actually done a lot of that with my arms. When I'm just like, when I know you know what I mean, but like when you just feel like you just gotta like just pump the blood through someplace and just get things. Yeah. So sometimes I'll just take a couple of gallons of water and I'll just flex those with like long repetition. Even though it's not a lot of weight, the long repetition really gets it going from my experiences. So
even between like when I'm at the gym and I'm just doing like, let's say I'm doing a preacher curl. Yeah. Between sets, I'll actually flex. People look at me and they're like, "Why are you flexing? It's so dumb." It's fascia stretch training. FS7 or FST7 is a method that was designed by a very famous coach named Hani Rambod, and he uses it. He was a trainer of Phil Heath, who was the previous Mr. Olympia for like 7 years in a row. And what they do is they do like 7 sets of, let's say, biceps, and usually on the 7th, but you can do it in between each set. He'll have him flex his bicep as hard as he possibly can and hold it as long as he can, hold the flex, and that actually stretches the fascia of the muscle out, and that's what creates those like giant balloon arms.
Got it. So
we missed the fact.
Yeah, that's what I was going back to. Fact: the distance between your earlobes is the same as the distance between your nipples. Is that true? I'm checking. I mean, it feels like it's right. True.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the size of your nipples. I have very, very tiny nipples, as I'm sure most people who've seen my Twitter know. If your nipples are huge, I think that kind of throws maybe the dead center of both.
Well, I feel like it's not true for me. I feel like my nipples are on the outside of my earlobes, but I don't know. I will have to take your word for it on that one, Reptile. Take your word for that one.
Slayablaze goes, Nick has been to prison? Yes, actually, and I have some very funny prison stories. Not prison, I should say, like county jail. Okay. Maybe another show. I don't know if it's appropriate for here. Nothing bad. It was just funny.
Interesting. Do you think they're within the
yeah, they're within YouTube guidelines. It's not, I just didn't know if you wanted me to bring it up, jail talk.
You can bestow upon us one of the more memorable jail stories you have, Nick.
Okay, so I was in jail twice technically, but the first time was twice. The first time was just local, like I was a teenager and I was in a park too late, and that was dumb. That was like an hour. Mm-hmm. But the second time, I was in college, and let's say I was selling plants, and the town that I was selling plants in, they did not appreciate that, and it was at the time, which is hilarious now because this is legal in my state now, but at the time it was very not legal, and the amount of these plants I had were really not legal. So I spent about a week in, it was about 5 days, and that was because there was a holiday, so I would have been out sooner. But I was taken to the county jail, which is not too far away from where I am, and I was stuck. For people who don't know, when you go to a county jail, you're brought into something called the drunk tank, which is just intake.
Right.
And I'll just do one story because I've got many. But I was in there, and I'm sitting there, and I was in there for days. You should only be in this area of the jail for a few hours when you get processed, and then you go to your own whatever cell or whatever. I never made it to my own cell. I was in this tank for 5 days in a row, and by like the third day, I'm just like, get me out of here! And there was no judges because it was a holiday, so I couldn't get out. And all of a sudden, I see my uncle walk by.
Whoa!
And I'm banging on the window, and I'm like, I don't want to say his name, but I'm like, get me out of here! Get me out of here! And they opened the door to my cell, and they let me talk to my uncle for like 2 hours outside of the cell. It was pretty cool. My uncle, for backstory, he was the prison nurse at the time. I didn't know that. So it was just weird to see my uncle walk by. It was funny.
Did he see you?
Oh yeah, he saw me. They let me out to talk to him. I talked to him for like 2 hours outside of the cell.
Wow. Was your uncle surprised to see you there, or did he already know you were put in?
He didn't act surprised. I mean, he was like, this was him. I was 19 years old, and I think my family knew what I was up to. So,
okay.
You're a kid. You're doing things you shouldn't be, and hanging out with people you shouldn't be, and getting into trouble. And yeah, so that was my one and only time going there. But
so
yeah.
did you go in for plant entrepreneurialism?
Yes, I did. I was a plant entrepreneur.
Okay.
And and after that, it's a funny story because for many years prior to this, I enjoyed, or I shouldn't say, I used those plants personally, and I never really liked them, the way they made me feel. And after I got out, I was put on probation for like 2 years, so I couldn't. And that's when I realized that most of the people I was hanging out with were only hanging out with me because I had them. And it wasn't using these plants wasn't enjoyable to me.
Right.
The people I was hanging out with, they were only around me because I had them.
Right.
And it really opened my eyes up to a lot of things at the time. And funny story, when I had Bitcoin in 2012 when it first took off, and huge regret, but it ended up making me tons of money over the years. I had two friends who were very, very entrepreneurial in the plant industry, and actually smart guys, like scientifically smart guys. And they wanted to start their own plant business in a legal state in California. So I cashed in some of my Bitcoin at the time and gave them the money to start their own business in California. And I've been making money off that company ever since 2012.
Wow. Wild stuff, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Josh Randell says Ballz edibles.
Yeah, something like that.
Also, Josh Randell, thank you for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate that, my friend. Prison stories are cool. I ended up in LA County once or twice.
Ooh, I would not want to do that.
Man.
That sounds like hell.
That's LA County's rough, man.
Yeah, I was lucky. I was in the suburb county jail. And the same day that the next day after I got locked up, my business partner at the time got locked up in Cook County. For those who don't know, that's Chicago County Jail. And yeah, he said that was not fun. You don't want to get locked up in a big city county jail. Trust me. Not a good time.
I sat one night in jail one time when I was very young, probably I was 19 or 20 years old.
Yeah.
And and it was just for skateboarding, and we were skateboarding at night on this campus and just grinding the curbs, and it was a no skate zone, and there were signs up everywhere and stuff. And then the police came, and I fled the scene.
Nice.
And, so I fled the scene, but then they called called for a backup, which is so silly to me. This was like skateboarding. And then, I got busted by backup. They headed me off at the pass. And
I feel like everyone should at least spend a few days in jail at some point, regardless if you've done anything wrong or not. I just believe if anyone has a blemish-free jail career, I just feel like you need that life experience.
Yeah. I would say my experience was just more, it's kind of whimsical. I was in there with mostly with just like drunks, and then it was just me and my skateboard, and well, not anymore. They stripped me of it, and then I just had to hang out and until paid some fees, and there we go. Anyway, I know you've been doing a lot of technical analysis, Nick, and there's been a lot of talk about a lot of momentum shaping up for a tremendous bull run. What do you say on the probability of what you've been looking at on a tremendous bull run being right on the horizon?
Well, I will say that I do study TA on a regular basis, pretty much every day, all day, for the most part, if I'm not at the gym. And even sometimes when I'm at the gym on the cardio machine, I listen to TA.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few people I follow, and for example, let's talk about CryptoFace, right? Very, very big Bitcoin streamer, ETH streamer. He is the creator of can't remember the name of the software now, but that's gonna drive me nuts. But he created a tool that it's a plugin for TradingView, allows you to kind of see and judge the markets. And he was in a short position the other day, when it must have been on the 25th, when the market started to downturn. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been doing this for years. He's like, this little double peak thing that before when it came back up, he was talking about from the 22nd until the 24th. He's like, this is indicative of like this little pop before the burst. And he's like, I've seen this before, and he had short positions on everything. And he must have gotten wiped out because he was using leverage, and he always does. But yeah, I see a lot of TA streamers who right now are not producing as much content because everybody's kind of holding their breath.
Mm-hmm.
Market is recovering, and I do see money flow back into the crypto markets as a whole, which is good. I think that you gotta follow money flow. You can't just go off of the strictly the TA, like basically just following the algorithms and lines. You have to look at where the money is and where it's coming from. I see money moving back into the markets. Could there be another a secondary run like we've had basically one big run in this bull run, but it wasn't percentage for percentage, it wasn't as large as other bull runs. I think that we're going to be in for like a double top type of situation as the market runs as a whole. Now, don't get me wrong. Once this next pop forms, it is going to come down. But I do think that we are in for some sort of delayed secondary boom to the markets, whether that be in the next 3 or 4 weeks, within the next 2 months. I do believe we will see another boom to the bull run that we were, pretty much in, that the brakes kind of got pumped, I think, a little bit prematurely.
Right.
Market Cipher. Somebody got it for me. Thank you.
Right. Market Cipher. Yep. That's in general. Those are the same conclusions that I was drawing. What I've been looking at too. Given that, though, what do you still hold to the prediction that, anyway, the probability that Doge could see $1 by the end of the summer?
Well, depends on, I really want to see how July plays out.
Yeah.
If we held strong, if we built momentum through July, I'd say the probability would be much more likely. If we stagnate through July and we don't build momentum, probably not.
Right.
However, the level that we need to break to make my prediction really come true is not that much. It's not far off from where we are now. We need to get over 42 cents for this to become a possibility. Keep in mind, breaking the 42-cent barrier, it's been resistance for us before, but as soon as the first hit on the second time we hit this level, we came back, we retraced, came back down, sharp movement to the downside. We went from 42 to 16 and then back up to 73. So
right.
If that type of swing is possible, that means that, breaking that 42-cent resistance level is a key. We have to be able to break and hold through 42, and we have to do it within the next month. I think it's possible. I think with the money flow that we're seeing right now, it's certainly possible. If you look on the weekly, Doge is up 21% for the week, about zero. Well, the day just finished out, so it's zero out for the day. But look at our recovery on the weekly, and I think we're doing great. I'm just really interested to see what July holds.
Right. I think that's all very, very astute. Darthman asks, well, what if Barry just shorts it again? What do you think, Nick?
Well, I think it would be exceedingly hard for Barry to do,
at this point,
what he did. Yeah, he would. First off, keep in mind, Bitcoin isn't worth what it was when he did that. He would need to borrow the money all over again. He could do it again, theoretically. Anything's possible. But would it be worth it for him to do it again, considering what he got out of the last time? It wasn't like he walked away with $1 billion. He possibly just broke even or lost money. So
right.
I don't know if it would be worth it. And keep in mind, guys, he borrowed those coins from Coinbase. Would they risk their liquidity to try and gamble just to make their bag bigger? I don't think so. And plus they'd have to be paying him. It wouldn't make sense. I don't think he would do it again. Now, if Doge became totally overbought, let's say we went over $1. You know what I mean? Like in a day, like we had another just crazy run that took us well past $1 into the $1 range. Something like that would be it would make more sense, but keep in mind that it would also cost more for him to do it. I don't think financially, if we were in that at that level, I don't think he could do it, just based off of the money that would be required to do so.
Right. Another thing I wanted to get to, this is kind of a funny little story about Elon. Don't worry, guys. There's lots of Elon talk coming up now. Did you see this tiny rented home that he's living out of in Starbase, Texas?
Oh yeah. I've seen that. He's had that for a minute now.
Yeah. So he's living, literally, you guys, in almost would be a literal box in Starbase, Texas. It's this tiny pop-up home in Starbase. And the fact that he's willing to live that modestly as a billionaire actually says a lot about him, don't you think? That he's willing to do that?
He's done this, by the way. This is not the first time that he's done something like this.
Right.
Elon, very famously put all of his money into Tesla. at the time where Tesla was, just getting started, and it almost bankrupted him. And he didn't own any property. He didn't have anything he could, he literally gave Tesla all of his money from the sale of PayPal, which is about $250 million.
Yep.
He didn't have a house. He didn't have a car. Very big F in the chat for him he crashed my favorite car, the McLaren F1. So he didn't have that. He couldn't sell that. But yeah, he's done this more than once, and he continues to live a modest life in the sense that he could be living a much more lavish or elegant life, and in lieu of keeping his businesses running and afloat, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to look up the name of this thing. It's called the Boxable Casita. And it's set up like a small studio apartment where the room...
Hold on. Matt Wallace is in here, and I'm pretty sure his girlfriend's in here too.
Well, I don't know if they've made that publicly official or not, but...
Oh, no?
I don't know. I don't know. I know that we've seen...
I've seen them together.
Yeah, we've seen pictures of them together. Yes.
He called... No. I'm going to call him out because he just called me his son. If you're going to call... If I'm your son, Matt, you need to step up and go live with your GF on Twitter. Make it official, bro.
Oh man, I think I'm not
saying put a ring on it. I'm just saying,
I don't even know if it's. I don't know what their situation is. I'm not going to weigh in on this.
I will.
But
I think they're a lovely couple. I think they're a cute couple. They should make it a fish.
Well, I mean, obviously they're fond of each other. I just don't know if there's a label beyond that. I just don't like to. I don't want to assume.
I'm putting a label on it. Damn it, Matt, you're dating that girl now. I'm your son. I'm telling you how it is.
Yeah, we got Matt Wallace Final Stand Up in here, and Diane Fletcher is as well. Good to see you guys. So, here we got Nick Ballz just asserting his judgment over the situation as Final Stand's son.
I know they're from the same area because they've been in pictures and stuff together. I think that would be, power couple. Power YouTube crypto couple. Ooh, I think I just coined a term.
So, apparently, if that's the case, then Matt Wallace has a lot more years on him than all of us thought.
They both seem pretty young, no?
No, but if he's your dad...
Oh. Yeah, clearly this is not the case. I think... I think people look at me and assume that I'm a lot younger than I am. I'm sure Matt is... Oh, dude, they're dating.
See? Well, that much I thought I assumed.
Oh,
yes,
this is so awesome. Oh, wow. We get it live here, dude. This is great. Wow, wow. Congratulations, guys. Why don't you make a video or something? This is great.
What kind of video?
I don't know. Like a couple's video. I don't know. I make videos I've made a video with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
He just wants me to say I love you, Dad. Okay, I'll say it. I'll say I love you, Dad. Final stand. If you make a video together.
Here we have it, folks. It's been revealed on Steele Live. It's official.
That's awesome. I'm proud of Matt. Matt has really He's he started this whole thing a while back before Doge was worth anything. Now he's on top of the world. He's got a pretty lady. He's got all the followers. He's got everything going for him.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Very true.
Marcus says they revealed it on Steele Official.
There's got to be. We got to clip this. This is huge. This is almost bigger than Elon's birthday. Well, let's not go that far.
Well, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is funny. This is wild.
Did not know this was going to turn into.
You never know, man. You never know. Matt, every here and there, he'll pop his head in here, man. And you never know when it's going to be. You never know when it's going to be.
Well, as speaking as Matt's son, and an avid viewer, I will be eagerly awaiting the announcement video of his girlfriend, because we both know who. I mean, they're public people. They're not like I could see, because like my girlfriend, she's not really into the crypto thing, and she just, she's in a couple of my videos, but she doesn't want to be. She's not like online,
Right.
She doesn't have like an online presence or whatever. But
right.
Matt and his girl are both very well, they're both really crypto influencers, which I think is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, happy birthday, Elon. That's why we're here.
Hump Deezy says, Steven Steele, the Doge matchmaker.
Oh, you are? I didn't think about that. Yeah, you are, dude. There's a few people who've met on this show.
I don't know if they met on, I don't think they met on my show, but you've given me a great idea, Hump Deezy. That could be like a spin-off show where I could be the Doge matchmaker, the crypto matchmaker.
Dude, I had this, you stole the words out of my mouth. I was thinking about this the other day. The first ever crypto dating show. I swear to God, I thought about this the other day. And what we would do is we'd create a public wallet for each crypto. We would link them online. We would have the viewers donate. It would be live, so you could see who's donating what crypto and when. We would have a dating show, so it'd be like one guy, and some girls, or one girl and a bunch of guys. Same kind of thing like The Bachelorette, but it would be just in one episode, like the dating game. And at the end, the couple would win the dono cryptos from the audience, and they could go out on a date.
That's so ridiculous.
It is. Great. We'll host it.
I mean, I would host something like that. It's ridiculous, but I totally would host something like that.
What was that show with Carmen Electra back in the day?
I know what you're talking about. Let me look it up.
Oh man, that's what we got to do. We got to make that show like with Carmen Electra. I want to be involved, but just as like a producer.
I'm looking it up right now. Singled Out.
Oh.
Yeah, Singled Out. That was the show.
That show was amazing.
I remember that show now. That was a while ago. That was like late 90s, early 2000s.
I remember watching it on MTV. It was I think it started in the early 90s, like 92 or 93.
That old? I barely remember it. Barely remember it. Let me see. It said it. Okay. Singled Out from 97 to 2000.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's make it. Let's do it, man. Let's make it with crypto. We'll do it online. We'll do like a Zoom call. But the girl, the girl or the guy, they can't see the other people and they have to just talk. And yeah, oh man, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
The audience donates.
I would host something like that.
Dude, I think we just got our idea for a new channel.
I would host something like that. It's ridiculous, but
I love it.
It's kind of a stretch, like putting a crypto angle on it, but I don't know. I mean, I think it could work. I think
there's so many good questions that are related to crypto and like that would be applicable to a couple. You would get to know real fast, like who's cool, who's not cool. Who loves what.
Someone said Jenny McCarthy hosted it too. I don't recall that, but that wouldn't surprise me. That's about the same era. Okay.
She did. She lives right by me as well.
And I'm reading here about it that Tara Patrick was involved with it too.
Probably.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Wow, Carmen Electra is 49 now.
Yeah.
I guess it's about right.
I remember when she was going to marry Dennis Rodman, but then he ended up marrying himself, which was a baller move.
Dennis Dennis Rodman married himself?
He did. He married himself.
I don't remember this. Did he really?
You don't remember that? That was like the great. Oh my God, Steven, this shaped my childhood. I was the biggest Bulls fan, but primarily I was the biggest Dennis Rodman fan. I remember I was probably 7 years old when he married himself. It was like the biggest thing in Chicago. He shut down downtown Chicago for this, and everybody thought that he was going to marry Carmen Electra, and he comes out in a wedding dress.
I remember this now. He came out in a wedding dress. That's right. Oh my God.
He's like 7 feet tall. People are like, is Carmen Electra in heels? What's going on here?
Now I remember this. He wore a dress and heels.
Yeah, he was like 7 feet tall, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was a baller move, man. Like psych. Yep. I marry myself. Yeah, so I'm looking at a picture of now. He has a blonde wig on too, and then he has a bunch of ladies, like pretty ladies, dressed up in tuxedos behind him.
Yeah, it changed my reality. I'll just say that. I was so I was so enamored. I was just like, this is amazing. This is the greatest thing. I was like 7 years old.
Let me see. He said,
I think I even asked my mom, I'm like, can you marry yourself? She's like, no, you can't. This is not real. I was like, this is so real. I'm watching it on television. It's got to be real.
And there was like a parade in downtown Chicago around it.
He shut down the city. Like, he shut down downtown Chicago to do it. Imagine doing that today.
Gosh. This is probably one of the biggest troll moves in history.
I am going to say this right now. Matt, if you marry your lady, I better be invited to this wedding. I will totally fly down there for this. I'm not getting married because I'm worth too much, but if you guys want to get married, I will be there.
Wait, you're not going to get married because you're worth too much?
Yeah, somebody at the gym asked me this today. They're like, why don't you get married with you know, because obviously my girl, we've been dating for 3 years, right? It's like, it's about the time, you know, but she's been married before. She has a daughter. And yeah, I'm not in Illinois. If you marry somebody like and you get divorced, they get half. You can't prenup it either. So I ain't doing that.
I mean,
I love my girlfriend, but I don't love her half much.
I got to give you props on that one, man. You got a good head on your shoulders, man. You got a good head on your shoulders.
I'll do a ceremony and whatnot, like make it, you know, kind of like just fun for the family or whatever. But we're not getting the government involved. They don't need that.
I love it that you're just like not flexible on that.
No, yeah, no way.
Luminal says, can Elizabeth, the Bitcoin maxi, find love with Tom, a Doge enthusiast? Find out now. Yeah, the narratives are going through my head right now.
I love it. What was that? Oh, that was the idea for the dating app that I had. We could call it. We could use it for the show.
Sure, we could parlay it all.
Yeah. Would this time on Pump or Dump?
Oh God. Oh God. The connotations too. Yeah. I mean, it writes itself from there. Leo Jane, $5 super chat. Thank you, Leo. Appreciate it. Is it possible to mine Doge for the wall is it possible to mine Doge from the wall?
I think you meant wallet.
Okay, yeah, all right. Wallet. Is it possible to mine Doge from the wallet or implement the idea?
You used to be able to. Way back in the day, when I first got into Dogecoin in like January or whatever, 2014, you used to be able to mine from the Dogecore wallet. I don't think you can still. This was way, way back early on. You could mine from the wallet. just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin used to be able to mine from the wallet. You can't mine from the wallet anymore with either, because they've got nodes now, and the nodes are like they're set up differently.
Right.
But way back in the day, you could mine from the wallet, and I don't think it's not like the block size matters, but I don't think you can now. You need a rig.
Right. Yeah, you need the full-on rig now, guys. Yeah, so I think would that be the name of the dating show then, Nick? Pump or Dump?
Pump or Dump, baby. Copyright it. Matt, you better not steal that, I swear. I'll come over there. This is Steven and I's show. I'm executive producing this thing.
Oh, man. So can Greg be the first guest of the show? I think Greg would be the quintessential first guest to have on the show.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Dude, you know how many girls we could... Oh,
would
forget about it.
Vying for Greg's attention?
Yeah, we'd have to turn people away.
Right. Yeah, I think Greg would be like the perfect first contestant. And then, but it'd be weird if Greg actually talked, though. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. If we set this up and Greg was the first contestant and that was his first time talking.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You know how many that would be like? That would be so huge. That would be massive.
I agree.
I think we might be onto something here, Steven. I think we should probably stop talking about this and figure. I think we should get the logistics done behind this. I think it would work.
Yeah, we should probably talk more about it behind the scenes. Yeah, we should follow up on this. So I took a Twitter poll today, guys. I asked, what should my coin/token be called? And the first choice I gave was Steele coin. Second choice I gave was Safe Poon. And the third choice I gave was just other, leave in comments. And a whopping 43% went to Steele coin. A fairly close second place went to Safe Poon at 33%, and the remaining 24%. And there were a lot of really good suggestions. If I were to make a coin, what would it be? And I'm just scrolling through a bunch of them right now. But one of my favorite ones was given by Sir Doge of the Coin, who we're going to have on the show here soon.
I love that guy.
Yeah, and he gave two great suggestions, in my opinion. And those suggestions were Steva Inu, which is great, Steva Inu, or safe Steve Moon, which is like hilariously clunky and ridiculous. Safe Steve Moon or Steva Inu. But I think Steva Inu, if I were to do a project like that, I think Steva Inu might be the one, man. Another girl, Ashley D, she suggested Stevie McSteely, and then Steele Ballz, of course. A few people put in there, of course.
Team up.
Yep.
Team up for a quick BSC project.
Yeah, totally. Steal the Deal coin, I thought was all right. And there's some lewd ones I can't read on the air. And then
we should do. You know what we should do? And I don't think we should do a BSC thing, but maybe an ERC20. Like, so run it. I would actually prefer to do it on Ethereum because that way you could run it off of Pancake Swap. But we should do something like if you and I were gonna make a token, we should have it like not like all of these other ones that have like a quadrillion different. You know what I mean? Like we should have it not be like burn this, quadrillion that. It should be like a normal, like, like almost like not like exactly like Doge, but like max in the billions. You know what I mean?
Right.
Something reasonably mathematical.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. All Greg would have to do is eat Oreos on the show ASMR style. Hump Deezy says, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But then he would. No, I think it would be best if Greg actually like spoke for the first time on Hump or Dump. I think it'd be great.
Hump or Dump?
I'm sorry, pump or dump. My bad. Freudian slip. Freudian slip on that one. Steve.
Oh God, it's a bit too lewd for me. I don't think I could do a show titled that. Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see what Greg actually looked like too, right?
You know, he would be the one guest where I wouldn't. He could use like a, background or whatever. He would be the one guest where I would be okay. Where if he didn't want to show his face, it'd be cool. But he would. There would be a stipulation where he would have to talk. He couldn't just eat Oreos. Like he's got to interact with these girls somehow.
Right.
I don't think he needs to show his face though.
Okay.
I think Greg would be kind of into it. Actually, he seems to want a girlfriend.
What gives you that impression?
He's when I asked him before about who, when I thought I knew who he was and I was wrong. I think I commented on the fact that I thought I knew his wife, which I was way off. But I just pieced together a few clues or whatever.
Okay.
But he's said no, he wasn't married, and he's always kind of like, I don't know how you say it. Like he's clearly like it just seems like he wants a girlfriend. I don't think he has a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Greg could be very young.
I think he could too. But if he's 18,
right? I feel
that's another thing. We would have to like card all of these people.
Yeah, we would.
100%.
Yeah, we would.
That would be the one thing though. We'd have to see Greg's ID. We wouldn't, we're trustworthy. We're not doxing anybody, but
right.
We can't be setting up a dating show with children. I want to be very clear that is never going to happen.
Yeah, I can't put like a 28-year-old woman on Twitter on date with like a kid with a 15-year-old kid with an avatar, a Doge avatar.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. But we could put 18-year-old Greg on with, I don't know, maybe a 30-something-year-old, maybe 40-something-year-old, and maybe he's into that. Some of us are into that.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would we do if we had Greg on? Would we have to blur out his face?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm thinking that the first season of this should be done via Skype or not Zoom or whatever you want. And we should make it so that the contestant cannot see the other contestants until the end of the show. You know what I mean? Like until they pick each other, they can't see each other. Yeah. I think Greg is the one contestant who he shouldn't have to reveal his face on the program. You know what I mean? Like he can do that on the date if he wants to, or they could just go on like a virtual date, which is fine too.
Right.
But, right. I do really like the idea of the audience donating to like a community like wallet that goes to the winner, there goes to the couple that gets picked. I think that's a great idea. And I think it should be very, very transparent and very clear. Like you can see, we should have like a open community wallet that can be viewed by everybody. So you can see like, what the total is and that it gets paid out and everything.
Yeah. I love the idea for like a communal wallet donations to go to the winner. Yeah.
And split between the two, and then they can go on it. They can use it for a date or whatever they want to do.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a fine idea. Fine idea. So the way it would be structured would be there'd be like the main contestant that we're trying to hook up, and then how many contestants would be vying for that date?
I think You know, if we were to do it episode by episode,
Yeah.
like if it was to be one show and, maybe we do like an hour, that's typically how long those things are anyway.
Yeah.
I think like max 5 to 10. I think any more than that is we'll just run out of time. But like, I think just like how many were in the dating game back in the day? I think it was like 5, right?
I I forget. I think so.
I think it was about 5.
Yeah.
Maybe it was it was 3 actually.
I thought it was 3. It was 3.
Yeah, it was 3. We could do between 3 and 5 probably would work fine.
I think
They
3.
had commercial breaks too.
5 gets to be too much, man. Especially you're talking about like an hour.
That's I think you're right based on time.
D-Man says guy takes the winner to the liquidity pool.
Yes.
Man.
Get like a hot tub stream going.
Oh boy.
I love it. See, that's the thing though, guys. So the first season of this is going to have to be done online just based off of like, how the world is right now and, everything traveling and whatnot. However, if this becomes popular, I could see Bill in this and like creating a show and like getting, like an actual kind of like semi studio and making a real thing out of it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'd be open to that. There was this really well written show. It was in part written by Ben Stiller and like one other and a woman, and her name's eluding me right now. But it was short lived. I think it was 2 seasons on like one of the small cable networks, like I want to say Bravo, but Bravo wasn't it. Something even smaller. But it was called Burning Love, and it was a parody of The Bachelor. And it was absolutely hilarious. And the Bachelor in that on the first season, instead of, how they always like give a rose away, like they give roses away. The Bachelor always gives a rose to each woman contestant on The Bachelor that he wants to stick around, right, to the next episode. And then every episode they have to like cut a few women off and send them home. And if they don't get a rose, they go home, right? So in Burning Love, the guy he gives out like little like golden trophies of a hose, and then he says, "Will you accept this hose?" It's so dumb. Yeah, it's so good. It's so dumb, but so good. But the writing's, in my opinion, the writing was really, really funny.
Can I say that real quick back to Matt Wallace. Matt Wallace's girlfriend, by the way, guys, officially confirmed for the first time on Steven Steele Live, has just put out a hilarious tweet. I shouldn't say just, it was like 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Is it a little spicy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Can I read it? It's not, there's nothing.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. It's not, there's no dirty language or anything. It's hilarious, though. By the way, guys, if you want to follow, I'm sure you already follow Matt Wallace, but if you want to follow Matt Wallace's girlfriend, her name is Diana Fletcher. Diana K. Fletcher. Diana K. Fletcher on Twitter. She says, if you go to the bathroom, turn off the lights, and spin around 10 times, saying scam each time, legend has it the Safe Moon founder will appear and take 10% of your money.
That's spicy, man.
They share the same humor, which I absolutely love. This is a match made in crypto heaven.
Oh, yeah. Someone's asking.
Somebody says he's dating Kathy Wood. That is horrific. She could be his grandmother. Not that I'm against that. Clearly, no. I'm dating a 50-year-old. I should talk.
How old is Kathy Wood? Let me see here.
She's got to be in her 60s or
65. 65.
Whoa.
So Kathy Wood
looks good.
She looks great at 65. Absolutely. 3 kids.
I'd hit that.
Her spouse, I think she divorced him.
Oh man, she's single? Dude, I love the glasses look. I'm not a brunette fan.
I think Kathy Wood, I think Kathy Wood is single and ready to mingle.
What? Kathy Wood on the market?
I think. Let me check it out. I think.
Man,
I think she's
if I didn't have my
divorced.
own cougar girlfriend.
You'd make a play.
Oh, for sure.
I like Kathy Wood, and she's obviously extremely smart and ambitious. And her predictions for both stock and crypto markets are usually pretty spot on.
Well, let's be fair. I know when she has the most highly paid team of analysts in like the entire world. So
yeah.
You know, it's easy to be right all the time when you're spending $100 million a year on analysts.
Yeah. I suppose. Fair enough.
But I respect the flex. Kathy, if you're listening, and if something happens with me and my lady,
there you go.
I do like the older women.
65 older?
I'd do it, man. She's not a bad looking 65.
No, she's not. I love that you would.
Oh, I totally would. You get a little work done,
I think it's funny because
fluff the pillows, get new sheets on there.
I think it's funny because you have a predisposition towards older women, and I'm the opposite.
I think most guys are. I don't know why. And to be fair, before my current girlfriend, I was really not. I mean, I wasn't into young chicks by any means, but
right.
I was just dating girls that were around my age.
Sure.
And this is the first girl that's way out of my age bracket. I think it has something to do with the fact that I'm like internally I'm like 80 years old.
I don't think you're internally 80, but you do have your stuff together. I mean, you through the decisions that you've made, right? I mean,
that and like my schedule is extremely my schedule is very set, and
right.
I have no problem eating dinner at 4:30. I appreciate the early bird specials, Kathy, if you're listening. So I am down.
So there you go, man. Nick can get on Kathy Wood's early bird specials, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yes. The early bird gets the worm, Steven. Kathy, that could be you.
Oh God. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. Maybe this could be like another spin-off show where the quest for Nick's.
Oh, that's a whole
quest for
show.
Kathy Wood's love. Yeah, that's a whole other path to explore for sure. Anyway, it's Elon Musk's 50th birthday today, guys. Happy birthday, Elon Musk. Happy birthday. I hope you've been enjoying this birthday special, guys. So Elon,
he's loving it.
Who knows? Maybe he's tuning in our small sliver of the interweb.
I hope so. It's been a funny one.
Yeah. But, Elon tweeted out, thanks for all the happy birthday wishes earlier today. And then Billy Marcus tweet. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, he did. He retweeted Billy, but his mom put out a really nice, really sweet tweet and really old, kind of old picture of him that I thought was very cute.
Yeah, it was really sweet. That was really sweet, and I think he retweeted his mom on that one, and then Billy Marcus responded to Elon's tweet about wishing happy birthday wishes and said, "I was typing this as a response to Elon, but then I saw you," referring to Greg, said it. So instead, I'm typing this as a response to you. And what Greg tweeted was, "Thank you for being born 50 years ago, Elon." And then, Billy Marcus said, "I was going to say that, but you already said it, Greg. So now I'm responding to you." And then Greg responded with, thanks for tying this as a response to my response to Elon, to Billy. And then it just kind of just devolves like just ridiculously.
I saw your response to Greg's response to Elon's response to Billy's response.
Yeah, it just gets
very well stated.
I'm trying to find my response to it. It's not showing up on my laptop, but yeah, it just gets to like Inception levels. Put it that way. So
I was thinking earlier, like, what, if we had a proverbial time machine and could go back to that photo where May is holding Elon and could say something, I would say, tell your son about dog money. In 50 years, it's the next big thing.
Yeah.
And then flash back into present time, and the whole world, like everything is Doge, like everywhere, and like the whole banking system is like upside down.
Right.
Like everything's changed.
Let me ask you this. So Greg got blocked by Mia Khalifa.
I do remember this very well.
And now he's excited that she unblocked him. And
I actually talked to Greg about this. Like
okay, then maybe you could shed some light on it. Because the question that anyone asked, to my surprise, because the first question that went off in my mind was, how did he get blocked? Why did he get blocked from Mia Khalifa? What did Greg do? Do you know?
Yes, I do. I asked him the same question, actually. So I don't know if you remember. He went on a virtual date with Mia Khalifa. He created a little post of them together, and he said that I can't remember. The date went well or something like that. She did not consent to this virtual date that they didn't actually go on, and I think she just thought he was a creep and didn't know that he was actually the CEO of Doge. Big misjudgment on her part, by the way.
Right.
Mia, if Mia Khalifa is listening, speaking as a fellow descendant of Lebanon, you should have known that Greg is the man. You can't just block him like that. She did see the error in her way, and she did unblock him. So I do, I hope that everything works out for Greg, and I hope that he gets a second shot at love.
Wait, so I'm still confused. This still doesn't clear things up for me. Greg went on a virtual date with Mia Khalifa that didn't exist.
Correct, that he created.
Oh, he created. Oh,
yes. He created and tagged her. I think it got a lot of traction. She just, she saw Greg. Maybe, you know what? She probably saw Greg. His innate beauty was probably too much for her to handle. She said, I have to block this man.
Yes, I agree. That's probably what happened.
Yeah,
right.
So, if I had to venture a guess.
Yeah, it was... his innate beauty was too much for her to handle, and she figured just to be able to handle this, I'm gonna have to block him just to be able to restrain myself.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yep.
Right. Okay. All right. And then so then Greg tweeted like a photo today. And he has it pinned. No, it's not pinned, but it said how it started, how it's going, and well, let's just bring it up on the screen. Just a moment, guys. We can step away from the chart. I mean, what's this chart really going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break. I mean, we're going to be going sideways. What feels like infinity. I'm not saying that's the case, guys. It's not going to be the case, but you know what I mean. Okay. So let's bring this on the screen. Let's go to the big one.
All right. She's married now, though. I can't remember.
I don't believe she is. No.
No?
Nah.
She was at one time.
No, she's not married, dude. Okay. Let me get my mug out of the way. Let me just minimize myself. Okay. So here we have it, guys. This is what Greg tweeted out. How it started, how it's going. So it's got screenshots side by side.
Oh, I didn't see that she was now following him.
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not catch that part of it.
Yeah.
I just saw that I thought she unblocked him.
So first she unblocked him. That was the first step. And then she started following him.
Wow. Now they can DM.
Yeah. Now DM capabilities are going. And so let's just scroll in the comments a little bit here. Let's open the comments on this.
Oh dang! Now we need somebody who's
and look
she's
at
only following
Jack.
Jack
liked the tweet, and then here's you, Nick. You're on there too, and then I know who this girl is, but I forget her name. It leaves me in the moment. But and this is what I had to say. It's got, oh my gosh, it's up to 320 some likes, or about almost 320 likes. I just commented, now block her.
Oh, don't do that, Greg. Don't take that advice.
That would be funny, though. I'm kind of a savage, though. Don't necessarily take my advice at heart. I'm kind of a savage, but just in theory, I thought that'd be kind of boss if the next screenshot how's it going would be be him blocking her.
Dude, no, this is a great setup. Now oh man, I don't want to give out the secrets, but now we need to get Mia Khalifa on the dating show as like the first guest with Greg and see if he can pick her out of the 3 other contestants.
Oh, like
yeah.
So you're talking about a dating show that kind of has like a blind taste test.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Not literally, guys. Well,
don't count it out. We might move this over to OnlyFans. Who knows? We're not discounting areas of revenue.
Yeah. So the point is that they would be behind like a screen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's not important for Greg to actually show his face.
Yeah.
Because like he would be the first guest. You know, he doesn't have to show his face. Everybody knows who Greg is. Not really, but I mean, we all know Greg as a person. And, you know, I think the contestants should be completely separated from each other until they pick the one.
Yeah.
Let's see if Greg can pick out Mia Khalifa from a lineup just by audio and questions only. But we're asking the questions.
Right. I agree. We're asking the questions. Okay, so I
love how the top likes on that is me and Jack Dorsey.
Yeah, that's so funny. Like, that's funny, man. So Jack Dorsey, it's funny. Jack Dorsey's paying attention to. The Mia thing doesn't really come as a surprise, but Greg has been getting on everyone's radar in the last few weeks, particularly anyone from Elon to Jack Dorsey now, which is hilarious.
Up to 100K followers.
I think he's past 100K now.
It shows 100K or 99K on mine.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, that's still quite a bit for Greg, and I think Greg's popularity is only going to continue to explode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Greg's the man. I really want to set up this dating game with him and have him be the first contestant. You know, we've all heard Greg eat an Oreo, but I think it's time. I think it's time for Greg to you know, break out of his shell and you know, let's get him to talk to some ladies.
Yeah. You know, speaking of interesting guests, I have a guest I'm lining up right now, you guys. We don't have a date yet, but it's going to be soon. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Satan on Twitter. Are you familiar?
Oh, we got Satan coming on?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to be here for that one.
Yeah, so Satan will be a guest on Steven Steele Live within the next 2 weeks. That will be happening. Just working on fine tuning and confirming the date with Satan.
That reminds me.
Yep.
I gotta reach back out to Trader Talks. I totally forgot about him.
Oh yeah, and Trader Talks. Yes. Yeah, definitely circle back to him, Nick, because obviously we want to get him
radio
on.
silent a couple days. I don't think he's made a video or done a live stream since last week. So something's going on there.
Got it. So that's another guest we're gonna have on too. Trader Talks. And then also we got to have Pika Doge on at one point. I tried to get Pika Doge on one night, but he was having tech difficulties on they were having technical difficulties on their end.
Yeah, Pika's they say they've been having tech difficulties for like a few weeks now. Like whatever they're trying to do something with. They're trying to do something funny with I don't want to give it away, but it's going to be funny. But I think they're trying to figure out how to make it work.
Right, got it. Yeah, I think that's the main hang up. So definitely we'll have Pika Doge on pretty soon as well. Someone asking who is Satan. You don't know who Satan is? I thought everyone knew who Satan was. Well, if you look up Satan, Satan's on Twitter. If you just simply type here, I'll bring up Satan on the screen. We'll show Satan just a second here.
With an 8.
Yeah, with an 8. It's spelled with an 8. So we'll go to the primary screen here, and this is Satan, you guys, right there. So not evil, just misunderstood. Only official Satan account on Twitter. So yeah. And Satan's making a Telegram group where he can chat with you guys. Satan,
I'm down. You know, I think Satan is really misunderstood, and I didn't know this until one of my favorite podcasts is PKA. I listen every week. I've been listening to PKA for years, and there's a guy on there who tells Bible stories, fairly regularly. And this last week they were talking about, I didn't know this. First off, Steven, you probably know this. Angels don't have wings. Didn't know that. Angels don't have wings. Had no idea. Second, did you know angels don't have souls? Angels totally got screwed by God. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, angels got.
Angels don't have souls?
Angels do not have souls.
According to what source?
The Bible.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I thought I had read everything. No, apparently it's not the case. Angels don't have souls, and God loves humans more than He loves angels, and that's part of the reason that Satan broke off from and he, in the Bible they talk about how Satan broke off and took a third of all of the angels to hell with him.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
Start a new band.
Yeah, start a new band.
Right. Yeah, wild. Yeah, I'd have to see the verse or wherever that was referenced to see what's up with that. That's kind of wild. So, yeah, we're working on having Satan come on the show, you guys. So that should be great. That should be great. I can't wait to have a chat with Satan.
I'm psyched.
Yeah. So pretty wild. I'm guessing Satan is a Bitcoin maxi. I don't know. We'll have to see. Here's the thing. We just have to refrain judgment until we talk to Satan and then see what he has to say. I don't know what kind of crypto Satan is into. So we'll just have to find out, guys. We'll just have to find out.
I bet that Satan's a Doge guy.
I think so. I think so.
Because he posted something earlier that was like, what's sad? dogs go to heaven. When we die, we never see our dogs again. So I think he does like dogs.
He
Must
does.
like Doge.
Yeah, I think he's like I think Satan's a Doge guy because he mixes it up with a lot of Doge circles, I've noticed.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of started his Twitter presence and circulation kind of in the Doge scene, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So yeah, a lot of interesting potentials on the horizon here, Nick. Today we've been celebrating Elon's 50th birthday. And obviously this is a guy who's accomplished more than any human on the planet in 50 years. He looks great, and I believe he's going to be around for many, many, many more years, accomplishing many, many more epic things. And with Doge being one of the primary ingredients of those things that he's going to be involving himself with. Big kudos, big happy birthday to
50 is a big
Mr.
one,
Elon.
too.
50 is a big one. 50 is an epic one. I feel like 50 is kind of like the new 40. Like where 40, how people perceived and celebrated 40 maybe like 20 plus years ago is kind of like how people celebrate and perceive 50 now. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I mean, and if you look at, my outlook on human or physical health is like totally warped. But I mean, if you look at people like my girlfriend is a perfect example. She'll be 47 in a few weeks.
Right.
Dude, she does not
Right.
She does not look like it. She definitely doesn't act like it.
Right.
But people are living a lot longer and a lot healthier too. And yeah, I totally agree. I think he hit the nail on the head. 50 is the new 40, and that's not just like a saying anymore. It's true.
Yeah, people are extending their lifespans. They're extending, and they're kind of reversing the age process more effectively now that we have more knowledge on. Because like back in the day, like most people paid no mind to diet back in the day. Number one, and
But did you ever watch Mad Men?
yes,
And they're like, "I'm having a heart attack. Did you drink your cream? Did you drink your heavy cream?"
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I did.
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and plus, like smoking was a lot more common, and things like that were
9 out of 10 doctors recommend Marlboro.
Yeah, doctors used to recommend cigarettes. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Oh my gosh. Scott says, my grandpa told me 88 is the new 73, so that's pretty cool. Oh, happy 88th to grandpa. Awesome. And we just had a huge green candle followed by a huge red candle. And this is pretty much how it's been going with Doge, trading between 24.5 and 26 cents, and pretty consistently now.
Good news, Bitcoin is almost back up to 35, which should be good for us long term.
Yeah, I agree. It seems that Bitcoin is finally clawing itself out of the danger zone. So that's good. That's really good to see. Coming as quite a relief, frankly, and I think it will continue. Something I was thinking about, Nick, was, when you get impatient about what's going on in the market, and you're starting to move. What I would say, when people start moving too much money around, where they're just taking their investments in like the top tens and keep fluctuating it around. You just got to ask yourself at the end of the day, take Bitcoin, take Ethereum, take Dogecoin. Where do you think the big three are going to be in 3 years from now? I think that it's a really, really high probability that all three of those market values 3 years from now is going to be exponentially higher than where it is currently. When did you say it?
Oh yeah, well definitely. I mean, if you look at bull run intervals, I mean, the bull run intervals are like 3 years. So in 3 years, we should be well into the next bull cycle. And the one thing that does, and you can say what you will about it, it concerns me.
And what's that?
One thing that can, the biggest concern I have right now is a massive ticking time bomb in the crypto markets. And I think a lot of people have just kind of stumbled upon this. I've known about this for a while. Tether is a $62 billion ticking time bomb. They're ran by very shady people. They're doing very shady things. They seem to be printing money out of thin air. And that it used to be, Tether used to, at least they said, it was backed by the US dollar for dollar. And they have since removed that claim. They are no longer backed by the US dollar for dollar.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to be a huge issue. And when Tether implodes, which it inevitably will, based on their business practices of what they're doing right now, it's going to hurt the entire crypto space. And it could be a big oof. And I'm not saying it'll end crypto or anything like that, but it's going to, Vitalik even came out to say this. He said it's going to be a big problem, a huge problem. It's a big problem right now, and if it continues to get bigger, it's going to be even worse.
Right.
I wholeheartedly believe whenever Tether decides to implode on itself, which I believe it'll inevitably will, it's going to be one of those like the event that happened a few years ago.
Right. I would tend to agree with that. With that in mind, as far as my investments in, the real staple coins of the market, I'm not really caught up in too much in the day to day. And these of them because I'm holding them all for literally years.
Well, that's the thing. I personally, a lot of people are always like, why don't you just trade into, if you're going to sell into Tether. I have never sold into Tether. I've always traded into pairs. I always trade into pairs. So I'll either trade Doge to BTC, BTC to LTC, LTC to Doge, Doge to LTC. I've never traded into Tether in my life. So you could avoid the whole Tether issue if you just don't use it. Right.
Yeah, agreed. Gotta watch with that Tether, guys. Ratsmill coming in. Yo, what's up, Steven and Nick? Just got to my hotel from Disneyland and was able to catch the stream. Yeah, awesome. Ratsmill coming from Disneyland. So cool. I don't know if you had anything else to add to this wacky stream, Nick.
No, I did not expect this one to be this hilarious, but I think it was a good one.
Yeah, totally. Well, gang, I think we're going to wind this one down. If you already aren't subscribed to this channel, I'd encourage you to do so and enjoying our awesome little community here. And stick around and hit that notification bell. But Nick, always a pleasure, man. If you guys can follow Nick, just start typing in Nick Ballz, BALLZ on Twitter, and he'll pop up right away. He's the Charles Atlas of Dogecoin. It's pretty hard to miss him. So give him a follow for sure. And thank you everyone for coming out. This was a lot of fun, and we will be back tomorrow night for Steven Steele Live. Take care, everyone. This is Steven and Nick signing out. Yep. Over and out.
center